slip into second gear.
I was out with my brother yesterday and he was banging on, oh, you must roll into that first gear all the time.
Not on open junctions, you don't have to, because you're progressing with your driving, aren't you, and not holding traffic.
And we're going to turn right.
I'm going to turn right at the next road.
But I did roll in the first gear here, wouldn't I?
Yeah, otherwise you'd roll back. And it's a close junction.
Yeah.
Can you see? You've got your view isn't clear.
Oh, so it's not. So it's not a blanket rule then.
No.
Good. But I just chucked that one in because it's very important that you don't. That roll. It's very important you don't give a blanket instruction and say,
okay.
Oh, you must always, roll in the first gear, yeah.
Okay. So it depends on whether it's an open or a closed junction.
Yeah. As soon as
you have to say that.
That's what they're pushing you on is to talk about the open and closed.
Okay. I didn't know this covered this subject.
Sorry?
I didn't know open and closed junction covered this subject.
Now we're going to stop on the left here.
Okay.
Well, it's to an extent it's tied in with hesitancy, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, because like the roundabouts that you did earlier on where you hesitated with the open junctions.
They were open, yeah.
So, yeah.
So obviously...
So you did closed to open, you did hesitancy, road positions, and what was the other one? There's quite a few there.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of chance to play around with a closed junction because if it's a closed junction, it's what it says on the tin, really, isn't it? And I am going to have to come up to, and I am going to have to slip in the first gear, and I am going to have to kind of creep and peep at a closed junction, yeah? But an open junction, obviously, especially roundabouts, they can play around with it.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to be them coming up too fast and stopping dead, and slipping into first gear, and by the time they look to the right, they would have had time to have a cup of tea and a sandwich and...
Okay, so in a situation like that, the phrases that I use are not I think, because that's what I did wrong, didn't I? I said I think you have. So I should have said something like, you have gone too fast on the approach. This could be potentially dangerous. You need to make your observations, or in the case, which one is it? Yeah, the open junction that you did. I could have said something like, you held up traffic behind you unnecessarily. That you were hesitant. So we'll have a look to see. How you deal with open junctions.
They want to see you working to solve their problem, yeah? Right on the next roundabout, I'm going to talk you through it. Now, come on, look to the right. I really need to be scanning the whole roundabout, don't I? Because at that last roundabout back there, I could have played around with it and I could have been hesitant. Yeah. But I did have a blocker, didn't I? Yeah. Yeah? Now, obviously, the only way I'm going to know if a blocker is going to help me is if I scan the whole roundabout, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah? So it's not only important I look to the right. Yeah, scanning the road. Yeah, it's important I scan the whole roundabout. Yeah. It's important the speed and approach is right. If I come up at 30 mile an hour, I don't care how open the mini roundabout is, I ain't going to get on there without stopping, am I? Yeah. Yeah?
So what do I say about the speed?
Well, if I bring the speed down to about 20 mile an hour, I'll have a better chance to look, act, assess and decide, won't I? Yeah. The ladder routine. Yeah.
I just felt this one was really quick, whereas the merging wasn't as quick. This one, there was too much happening all at once, and I didn't know what phrases to use.
It is happening. It is happening quite, at normal speed. Because don't forget, we were in it. We went from a 30 zone in Harpen, then we went to a national zone. Yeah. Then we come back down to the 30 zone. And you mentioned on the road positioning, you mentioned something about a reference point, yeah? Yeah. Yeah, you are quite right, yeah? I'd actually go at the reference point last. Okay. And you normally find if you give them the others, it just depends on what way they want to play it, really. They could actually not accept the door mirrors, they might make an excuse. Oh, I don't like looking in them door mirrors when I'm driving along. It makes me wonder. Okay, so there's no good going there because they ain't going to use it. You could try the tram line. The tram lines or the road, the wear marks. They might not go with that either. They might say, "Oh, I haven't got these where I live because you just retar marked all the roads." Yeah. So he's not going to play along with that. So you know he's looking for something else. Yeah. So put your eyes on main beam, look well ahead, yeah? That doesn't help me in the slightest, yeah? So you know then that you've been through nearly all of them. Guidance. There's only one left, which is reference point, yeah? And this is going to be very near the end of your part 3 anyway, and you're probably about literally, you know, you could be 5 minutes back from the test centre.
Yeah.
And you're going to suggest, well, we need to find a quiet road where I can stop you without inconvenience of the road users.
Yeah.
And we'll pick a reference point to help you with your normal road positioning,
Okay.
yeah?
Okay.
And he's probably going to say to you then, okay, I've got it now. Yeah?
So I'll have to pull up somewhere.
No, because there might be nowhere to pull up.
Okay.
Yeah?
So right towards the end, you're saying.
Yeah, so why do you reckon if he pushed you right to the end,
Yeah.
why do you reckon he's pushing you that far?
Because he wants that reference point.
Well, no, he wants to see,
That.
do you know your stuff, doesn't he?
Yeah, but then during the drive, he's going to be driving all incorrect. So how do I control that one? If he's not driving in the position that he's supposed to, and all the guidance that I'm giving him isn't
well, it's going to come up very quickly, isn't it? If he doesn't go with the first one, you're going to move on to the second one.
Yeah.
If he doesn't go with the second one, you're going to move on to the third one.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
If he doesn't go with that, then you're going to have to suggest that we find a quiet road where you can pick a reference point.
Yeah. Okay.
There's no more you can do, is there?
Yeah.
So he may well say, oh, I'm beginning to get it now, yeah?
Okay.
And then you ask him, how's he judging it? Oh, I'm putting my eyes on full beam and looking well ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah? So in other words, he's backing off, yeah?
He's backing off,
because
he knows that you know.
Yeah,
that, you know, you'd give him a reference point.
Yeah.
If it was a real learner. Okay.
Yeah, he knows that you know the importance of a reference point, yeah?
Oh, so he's digging to find out if I know more.
Yeah.
And
so
if I know
he's not being awkward, and I don't think, bloody hell, he's an awkward bugger, yeah?
Yeah.
This might be one of the ones of the three subjects in this one subject, progress, hesitancy, normal road position. This might be the one that because essays are different, aren't they? This might be the one that he considers today. I'm really gonna work on this one, yeah.
Yeah.
And he could, he could spend the whole PST working on that, couldn't he? He might not be hesitant at all.
Yeah.
He might not go too fast or too slow, but he might be all over the road.
Yeah.
And
wanting more information.
Yeah, so if he wants that information and he's not responding to the information you're giving him, or he's giving you feeble excuses why
he can't judge,
it doesn't work for him, well then, he wants you to work on this, and while you're working on it,
give him everything that I know.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
Go with the reference point last, because that's the one where you are going to need to find a quiet road, yeah?
Yeah.
And you don't always have to be on a major road for them to do this. They'll do. They can do it in a 30 limit.
Yeah.
And they quite often do. Yeah.
Yep. It's a lot clearer now.
But they will either go too far to the right, or they'll play it the other way and go too close to the curb, yeah, or too close to the edge of the road, yeah.
Yeah.
But they will not do both of them on that lesson. Yeah. In the same way, they can either go too fast for conditions or too slow for the conditions, but they won't do both of them, yeah?
I'm with you. Yeah.
But the hesitancy obviously is something that
the judgment has to be correct on that, and they look at open and closed junctions, handbrake up, delayed responses, that sort of thing. Yeah,
if he was being hesitant at normal emerges. Well then you may have to go into, how do you judge it? And if he says, oh, I'll just wing it. Well, he's not meant to be just winging it, is he? If he's got his test in a week's 10 days' time, then you'd remind him of the walk across, drive across rule. Yeah. If he's a full licence holder, the walk across, drive across rule wouldn't really make a lot of sense to him, since he's probably been driving for about 20 years, yeah?
Yeah.
So he would probably say to you, oh, I just know when to go from experience, yeah?
Yeah.
But obviously, if he's not judging it properly with his experience, then I would pull him over and probably introduce him to the walk across, drive across rule, yeah?
Yeah.
But it's not good saying, do you remember 20 years ago this walk across, drive across rule? Because 20 years ago they probably didn't even use it, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So you could introduce him to the walk across, drive across rule, yeah? But being a full licence holder, he wouldn't have a clue what you're on about.
Yep.
If he was, if you asked him how he was judging something, he would probably say from 20 years of experience, yeah? But that doesn't mean to say he's going to be getting it right.
No.
But if he's not getting it right, then that opens the door for you to actually pull him over and say, full licence holder or not, I'm going to give you something to help you. Yeah, it's like going to the doctor and they brought out a new tablet in the last 20 years, yeah?
Yeah.
And, this is going to make you better, yeah?
Yeah.
So you can then introduce him to the walk across, drive across rule.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But if he's got his testing then in 10 days' time, he would be familiar with the walk across, drive across rule because his instructor would have been...
instructor would have told him about
on the emerging and so
forth.
forth.
So I can just ask.
Yeah, and he might just say, "Oh, I just know when to go." Yeah, but obviously, if he doesn't know when to go, then
I give him the remedy.
Yeah, the remedy is going to be, and obviously the consequences of being a pain in the backside and holding everybody up is going to be that people are going to drive around him, or he's probably going to misjudge you completely and pull out in front of somebody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any questions on that one?
No.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Considering that I've not even looked at this subject, but it does now.
So it's not actually as difficult as what you probably first thought, yeah?
No, it's not. It's knowing what to say and how to say it and when to say it.
Yeah, because
the timing has to be right. And
because really and truly, there's only 3 things I can do wrong, really, isn't there?
Yeah, what you've just done. Yep.
Yeah, there's not a massive amount of things I can do wrong.
Really.
It doesn't include anything to do with the mirror signal, position, speed, look, routine.
No, or MSM routine,
No, there's nothing to do with that. It's just the fact that it's
the 3 that you've done, which shouldn't be that difficult.
Yeah, when we started off at the beginning, I think you were actually thinking that
it's quite a lot to cover.
It's to do with position for turning left and right, but it's not. It's position for normal driving. Yeah,
that's what I thought. Yeah? I thought it was position for left or right.
Yeah, no, it's nothing to do with that.
Which means, I would have had to gone through all the steering and look.
Position for turning left and right comes into the mirror signal, position, speed, look, routine.
Okay.
It's my position for normal driving, which is the position I would normally drive at. When I'm driving down the road. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, we'll do that one. A pause.
Yep.